Well, yeah. That's what it said. Gary and
Okay, we're about ready to begin here in just about another minute. Let me welcome those that are on the internet with us. We do appreciate those that are with us literally, I guess, worldwide this morning. I always have a lot of lookers and watchers, and we even have a few registered bidders, potential bidders today on the internet, and we do appreciate you guys being with us. We're going to get started here in about 30 seconds officially, but thanks for your presence today online. That is something for all of you to keep in mind. Any real estate auction we do, that's all we do anymore. We do sell personal property like we're going to do a little bit today after we sell the real estate. But all of our auctions are live on the internet. If you like an auction and you can't get back for whatever reason, go online, register to be a bidder online, and you can certainly participate just as if you're standing on the ground with us today. Just don't do it 10 minutes before the auction starts, because we got to arrange for earnest money, wiring, contract signing, that kind of thing. So give us as much notice as possible. Somebody will get with you from our office and take care of all that, and then you'll be able to participate in the auction just like possibly some of these folks will be. And I think we might even have a phone bidder or two this morning as well. That's the same thing as the internet. We ready, David?
Yes, sir.
Let me welcome you here today. I'm Joe Wilson, Wilson Auctioneers Incorporated. A lot of you I know. I do see a few new faces. If this is your first auction, we do appreciate your attendance today more than you know. We're here today to do one thing, and that's to sell a beautiful home on Lake Hamilton. Got the launching ramp, got the great boathouse. We'll sell the party barge after we sell the house, and then we've got the little bit of furniture inside we'll sell as well. We'll order the sale. We'll do the real estate first. We'll take a few-minute break, get a contract signed, then we'll sell the boat. The boat also has the trailer. You can literally load it and unload it right here if you want to. But we'll do that after that, and then we'll go, excuse me, in the house, work our way through the house, and that's where we'll complete the sale today. But we really appreciate your attendance. Those will be helping us today. Doug Westgate right here, he's the listing agent for this auction. He's shown this to a lot of you. A lot of you have called our office, asked questions. I know Doug is taking care of you. He's been with us a long time. He's one of our good, hard to say best agents. I better be careful. I might make some other ones mad. So he's right up there with most of my agents. How about that? Spencer Wilson, another one of our agents. Ken Becky. Ken, raise your hand. Ken is not only one of our licensed agents, but he's also our closing coordinator, which means this. As soon as we get a contract signed today, collect earnest money, we'll hand the contract to Ken. He will take care of it all the way to closing. We'll talk more about closing in just a moment. Speaking of closing, we'll be using lender's title here in Hot Springs. Chandra Dunlap will be the closing agent, and we can close quickly. And again, we'll cover more of that in a moment. Peter Garen's also, he'll be our clerk and taking care of that part of it. Also operating the internet portion today. And then David Brewer, the guy that kind of runs the show around here now, he's around here somewhere. And we have Caitlin inside that you registered with. And we do appreciate our seller that's here today. Some of you have asked, why would somebody sell a beautiful home like this at auction? I can tell you in this case why. This seller, there's no debt on this property. He paid cash for it when he bought it. But he's bought actually two other businesses since he bought this a couple of years ago. And he simply told me a while ago, he said, I don't have time. I don't spend any time. This was a vacation weekender type house anyway. And he said, I'm just not using it, and it's foolish for me to have this much money in something that sits there empty all year. So that's why we're here. This is not a have-to auction. This seller is not in trouble. He doesn't owe a penny on this property. It's going to be sold today to the highest bidder. You bid on it. You give what you think it's worth, and that's what it's going to sell for today. This is an absolute auction, which means this is absolutely your opportunity to buy a piece of property. Maybe it's your price. I hope it is. But this is a quality property. It needs nothing that I know of. Of course, anytime you buy at auction, you buy as is, where is. You've had an opportunity to inspect it. There is a termite contract, correct? I think it's with Terminex, isn't it? Isn't that what I heard you say? current termite contract on the property. It's got everything you need on Lake Hamilton, just off the main channel right here. Great fishing, nice covered permanent boat dock, sprinkler system. I guess it does have it. Does it
Even got a contract with a landscaping company to do the
take care of the yard, rake the leaves, and mow the grass?
the
And
remainder of a 1-year contract paid for.
and so you've got nearly a year's. He just renewed it, he said, and paid for it. And he's going to leave that with the property. So you got your yard mowing, leaf raking. Of course, if you want any trees trimmed or cut out or any, power wash the house, they do all that. But there's extra for that. But he's paid for having your yard taken care of basically for nearly the next year, which is a pretty nice bonus right here. So we're trying to provide you with a property that's ready to live in, and this one is. All the kitchen appliances will stay with the house today. The washer and dryer we will sell separate. The washer and dryer, the nice upright washer and dryer in the utility room will sell separate. All the furniture we're going to be sold today, but all the appliances, including the refrigerator, stays with the house. Again, we talked about closing a while ago. This is considered a cash transaction. $50,000 down today is earnest money, balance due within 30 days. Now that 30-day closing means this, and because this is a cash transaction, that does not mean that you can't finance it. You can get your money anywhere you want to. You can go to the bank. You can take Excel CDs. We sold a farm the other day. The guy sitting there calculating how many cows he was going to have to sell, pay for the farm. I thought that was pretty cool. So we don't care if you want to sell cows. That's all right with us. But you do need to be ready to close within 30 days. And what that means, being a cash transaction, is this. You buy this house today. You give us $50,000. You call us back in a week or call Doug back in a week or 2 weeks and say, I knew I could get financing. I went to the bank and the bank will not loan me the money. What happens? And the first thing we're going to tell you is, wow, we're really sorry you forfeited $50,000. Do not bid on this house today unless you know you can close within 30 days. This is a cash transaction. Go to the bank and borrow the money if you want to, but just make sure you're capable of doing that. That's all we want, I promise you. But our seller, and certainly Wilson Auctioneers, does not want your earnest money today. That's the last thing we want. We want a cash buyer to buy this property, enjoy it the way Bud has and others have, in a beautiful location on Lake Hamilton. Great dock, great views, the whole work. So, all right, so just remember that. Don't forget the 10% buyer's premium today. It simply means the real estate and all the personal property, whatever you bid, you add 10% to that amount, that's what you pay. We get ready to sell this boat in a little while. If you bid $10,000, you're paying $11,000. If you bid $20,000, you're paying $22,000. If you bid $800,000 on the house, you're paying $880,000. So bid accordingly. And then that's what you'll pay. Balance on the personal property will be due immediately after the auction or during the auction. If the only thing you came for is the boat, I say sold. You can walk straight to Caitlin, and she'll take care of you on the boat. The boat does have a trailer. I'll go ahead and tell you that.
And a cover.
And a cover, a trailer and cover that'll go with the barge when we get to the barge. Okay, on the real estate, let me just quickly hit the highlights. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 101 feet on the lake right here with the boat dock and the launching ramp. Nearly 4,000 square feet, 3,900 give or take on the house. Beautiful home, ready to go. And again, all the appliances, including the refrigerator, stay with the house. The washer and dryer will sell separately. Private gate up here, private fence all the way around it. I don't know what more you could ask for. Have a beautiful, beautiful home.
The former owner reminded me how energy efficient this house is too.
It is.
Mention that.
Yeah, we do have the former owner here that we sold this house for a few years ago, and it is very energy efficient. It was built right. It's taken care of. Great shape, great location, ready to go. If you're looking for a lake house and you don't like this, you might be looking for a while. Any questions, anybody, on the real estate? Online, Peter, any questions, anybody on the internet? On the phone, anybody else? Any questions, anybody?
And it does have an active security system with those cameras and everything.
It does have an active security system. Do you know who that's with by chance?
Bud.
ADT.
ADT, okay.
From the
Thank you.
Peanut Gallery.
Any other questions, anybody? Only time in an auction where silence is golden. Everybody understands what we're doing. That's great. Let me ask you to do me one more favor then. I started praying before every auction about 40 years ago, and I'm not going to quit today. Let me ask you to bow your head. I'm going to open a word of prayer, and we're going to begin. Father, thank you for today. Thank you for this beautiful day, fall weather in central Arkansas. Thank you for the change of the seasons that you so greatly created. I pray for our seller today. Let your will be done here. I pray for everybody on the ground today, online, wherever they might be listening, even live on Facebook. People literally worldwide, be with all of them. Give all these folks that are here with us safety when they leave. And again, thank you for letting us live in the United States of America where we're free to even do what we're doing today. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you very much. Now, let's have an auction sale, ladies and gentlemen, on this beautiful home. I'm not going to beg you to bid. Start wherever you want to buy it, and let's do it. Start along me dollar to give for it. How much? Kick it off somewhere. Start you want to buy it. Start along me dollar to give for it. How much? 200.
We got 300.
300. I've got 300. Thank you. Now 400. That's a start. 300 now 4. 30 to get 400 a middle of 400,000. 300. 350. Kid. 350. Thank you. Now 400,000.
Yes.
400,000. Now 450. 450. Both of you are out. 450. 50. 450 to middle of 450. 4 and a quarter. 425. Now 50. 425 to get 50. 425 to get 50. 50 to 450. Market cheap, folks, and everybody on the ground knows it. 425, 50. 425 to get 50. 50 to 450. 425, 50. 425 to get 50. 3,900 square feet on a 100-foot, more than a 100-foot lot. Launching ramp, this boat dock. Folks, pay attention. If you're interested in buying a house, this house is way under the money. It's going to be sold to somebody today. 425 is the bid. 450,000. 425, would you get 450? 450, would you get 435? Let you in for a dime. 435, yes. Now 45. I've got 435 there, now 45. 445, would you get 555? Would you get 445? 435, would you get 45? 435, now 45. 435 in the middle of the would you get 435? 435, 45. 445 in the middle of the would you get 445? 435, 45. Folks, listen to me just a minute. The market's going to speak today. It is what it is. I understand that. All of you understand that, and I think our seller understands that. But this property is worth more money. If you're in the market for a lake house today, how can you find anything? That's not even barely $100 a square foot. Talking about a lot like this with a launching ramp and this kind of dock, with a privacy fence in this location, with a house you can move in and not spend a penny on. Pay attention, folks. You're never going to have this opportunity again to buy something that's worth the money, and that is worth the money. I've got 435, 445, 435 when you get 45, 445 when you get 555 when you get 435, 45, 445 in the middle of the when you get 445, 435, 45, 445 in the middle of the when you get 445, 435, 45, 435, 45 in the middle of the when you get 445. Worth the money. 435 when you get 45. 435 when you get 45 in the middle of the when you get 445. 435, 45. 435, 45. 435, 45 in the middle of the when you get 445. Are you done? 435 when you get 445. 445 in the middle of the when you get 445. 435, 45 going once. 435, 45 going twice. 435 down in the middle of the when you get 445. 435, 45. 445 when you get 555 when you get 445. Anybody else? 435 when you get 445. 435, 45 in the middle of the when you get $435,000 bill. Are you done? 435 when you get 445. 435, 445. Last call. Anybody else? 435, 445. 445 in the middle of the when you get 445. 440,000 one time. I've got 435, 440, 435 when you get 440, 435 when you get 440. No problem. 435 would get 440 to middle of I would get 440,000. 435 would get 440. You want to do it? 435 would get 440. 435 40. 435 would get 40. 440,000 to middle of I would get 440,000. 435 4. Doug, I'll give you a minute. 435 would get 440. 435 40. Yes or no? 435 40. 440,000. 435 440,000. 435 would get 440 to middle of I would get 440. 435 40. Anybody else? 435 40. Last call. 435 440,000. Last call. Anybody else? Yay or nay? One time. You're a tightwad. You know that. Terry, you want to do it? 445. The world's greatest electrician. 445. Anybody else? 445. 435. 445. Yay or nay, Doug? 435 to get 445. Last call. Yes or no? 435, 445,000. I think I asked for 440 a while ago. I'll let them in. 440. 435 is the bid. 440. Last call. Anybody else? Then I have sold it. 435,000 plus the premium buyer number is, sir. Just give me your number.
629.
429. 629. 629. Thank you very much. Give us about 2 minutes. Let's get a contract. Are you interested in the boat?
No, sir.
Okay. We might go ahead and start then. Doug, you can take him or whoever's going to do the contract work. Let's come right down to the bar.